Hi, this is Jazz, oldfashionedhealth.com. Welcome, and today we have a special guest. We have Katie Conroy. She is a yoga expert, and she's going to teach us a little bit about yoga. So welcome, Katie, to the show.
Thank you.
So I want to get right into it. So I'm not too familiar with yoga. I've always wanted to take it, but I've never had the chance to take a class. So what is yoga, and how did you get into it?
Well, yoga itself, the actual word means union, yoke or union, and it basically involves using your breath and using different postures to strengthen the body, warm the body up, and open up the body. So we put ourselves in situations in yoga all the time that kind of open up the hips, the shoulders, lengthen the spine, and engage the core, but also using the breath. And obviously there's many different types of yoga, so it's hard for me to sum it up in a couple sentences, but it's really that mind-body connection and feeling into your body. Every yoga class will end in what's called shavasana, and you're literally lying there without any effort. And then ideally in a perfect world you would get up and you would do some breath work and then you would meditate.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
So yoga, is that beneficial for all ages? Can kids do this? Older adults?
Absolutely. I've taught ages 4 to 84.
Wow.
Obviously the practice is going to be a little bit different, but it's so beneficial for everyone.
So someone like me who, I want to take yoga, what's the first step? How do I find somebody that, how do I know what a good teacher is, or how do I know what type of yoga is good for me?
So, two-part question. First, I'll get in briefly. There are a lot of different kinds of yoga. Hot yoga, there's yoga on surfboards, there's aerial yoga, but if you're first starting out, I would highly suggest going to what's called a hatha, or just a standard or vinyasa class. It's and ideally you would get a teacher and maybe a private instruction first to kind of learn some of the fundamentals. Go to a basics class and just take the ego out of it. Allow yourself to learn and tell the teacher you're new, and just be there and absorb.
So what are some of the major health benefits and mental benefits of yoga?
Well, health benefits, obviously, flexibility, that's the most common one.
I'm not that flexible right now.
And that's the most number one response I get with people that haven't done yoga before, because I'm not flexible. So you don't have to be flexible. But it does increase your flexibility. Depending on what kind of yoga, it can increase your strength. It can increase your mental clarity and also calm your nervous system.
So what are some misconceptions that people have about yoga?
That they're not flexible. If I could just give one thing to someone that's never done yoga, is you don't have to be flexible, and there's no such thing as good or bad at it. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's body is different on different days. So learning how to feel your body and knowing your edge, and that might mean your head touches, or your hands touch your toes and your head touches your legs. Or that might mean you're just folding forward like this. If you're getting a stretch, you're opening up your body, and that's yoga.
So is there every time there's an instance where yoga can be bad for you, if I have a certain kind of injury or anything like that I shouldn't do it?
If you've just had a surgery or a really bad incident or extreme cases, then I would say talk to someone first, talk to a yoga instructor and tell them what's going on with you. And sometimes it is best to rest.
So I guess the fun portion of the show, would it be, could you please show me some yoga basic poses if you can?
Absolutely.
I would appreciate it. Go easy on me.
Yeah, well, I'll be easy on you, and I'll just show you some of the, the basic flows, some of the main poses you would see in the average class. But
get me set up for success when I go into a class.
Exactly. You'll know what to do.
Okay,
so standing at the front of your mat, go ahead and bring your feet together with your heels slightly apart so the edges of your feet are parallel. Bring the hands to the heart center. So they're in prayer. The palms are touching. So they're actually, the palms themselves are touching like this, like your hands are praying. Yes. And then go ahead and close your eyes. And just feel your feet rooted into the mat as you lengthen the torso and allow the belly to come in and slightly up. deepening the breath. And go ahead and roll the shoulders back slightly. Yeah, nice open chest, lengthen in the spine. Good. We're gonna move through a couple just flows as we learn how to use our breath to move the body. So inhale, bring the arms all the way out, wide and overhead. Good. As you exhale, pull the belly in and dive forward. We said low back, so slight bend in the knees. As you inhale, arch up halfway, allowing the hands to come onto the thighs. Nice extended spine. Good. As you exhale, fold forward, pulling the belly in. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way out and overhead, reaching the palms all the way out, extending the arms. Good. Exhale, bring the palms together and back to the heart center. Good. Now this time, inhale the arms all the way out. Good. Exhale, and then exhale, swan dive forward, pulling the belly in. Good. This time, inhale, step back with the right leg. Good, and come to the back knee, top of the back foot on the mat, scooting that right leg back a little bit more to find some length. Yeah. And then relax the knee, relax the top of the foot. And inhale, come all the way up, bringing the hands to the upper thigh, onto the left knee. Good. And you're going to use your breath to kind of sink into that front knee, kind of opening up the right hip a little bit. Yes. Good. Deep breath. Relax the face. Relax the muscles of the eyes. Good. And slowly go ahead and inhale the arms all the way out and up. Good. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and work on straightening the front leg. Good. So just feeling a little bit of movement with breath, allowing yourself to release the head, release the neck. Yeah. Good. And then slowly go ahead and come back into that lunge. And here it's going to be a little different. You're going to tuck the back toes, and you're going to plant your hands, and you're going to step that front foot back, tucking both toes, coming into a plank. Good. And then exhale, push back into your hands and come into downward facing dog. So you're literally, yes. Good. So here we want to make sure our fingers are spread out nice and wide. So go ahead and allow the hands to face out more. Good. Good. And then slowly go ahead and allow the shoulders to come back towards the sitting bones and push the heels. So push into your hands. Yeah. Arms are straight. Yes, like that. Good. Good. One more breath. And then slowly go ahead and come all the way to hands and knees. Good. Shoulders above the wrists, knees above the hips, fingers spread out nice and wide. Good. And then just allow, as you inhale, let the belly drop, the tailbone rises, open up the chest and glance up slightly. Yes, opening up the spine. As you exhale, pull the belly in, allow the spine to kind of hunch a little bit. So you're rounding the spine as you exhale, as you pull the belly in, relax the head, relax the neck. Good. Great. As you inhale one more time, drop the belly, open up the chest, tailbone rises, feeling the spine start to open up. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, peel the shoulder blades apart, and relax the head. And it's okay if you bend a little into the legs. Good. And then slowly come all the way up to standing. Good. So now we're going to go ahead and take we're going to stand really wide on our mat with our feet parallel. Yeah. So a little bit wider. Good. And I'm going to show you Warrior 2, which is a common pose that you'll see. Downward Dog and Warrior 2 are very common. So go ahead and allow your left foot to face towards the front of the mat. Good. And the right foot is either parallel or angled slightly in from the back edge of the mat. So, yeah, parallel. Good. Good. And then bend into that left knee. Extend your arms out nice and wide. Good. And then just make sure the knee doesn't flare in. We really want to open up that hip. Great. Nice, strong, straight back leg. Good. And allow your torso to not lean forward, to kind of be nice and upright. Good. Beautiful. And then flip your left palm and go ahead and exhale back, leaning back, bringing that right hand onto the right thigh. So you're awesome. And then slowly use your belly strength to come all the way back up to warrior two. Go ahead and straighten in both legs. Yeah, so both legs will become straight, parallel the feet. And bring the hands down for a moment. We're just going to come to the other side. So right foot is facing towards me, and the back foot is angled in just a little bit more. Good. And then bend into that right leg. Extend the arms nice and wide. Good. Nice strong back leg. Nice straight. Good. And then go ahead and flip that right palm and exhale back into what's called peaceful warrior. So the left hand. Great. On your next inhale, use your belly to bring yourself all the way up. Straighten into the leg, parallel the feet, and go ahead and just walk the feet in so you're just standing with the feet together, bringing the hands to the heart center. Coming into what's called Tadasana or mountain pose. So the feet are together, right next to each other, just like come onto your back, all the way onto the mat. And we're just going to end with a spinal twist and just a moment in Shavasana, so our viewers can see how our body recharges at the end of every yoga class. So go ahead and bend the knees slightly and shift the hips over to the right. Allow the arms to come out like airplane arms. Good. Yeah. Shift the hips to the right and just let the knees fall together to the left. Good. So you're just twisting. Good. Allowing the shoulders to relax, feeling the face relax, and allow the knees to fall to the right. And again, feeling that breath ease into the chest. Good. Just rock a little from side to side. And then just extend the legs out nice and long. Hug the knees into the chest. Keeping the eyes closed, allow yourself to roll over onto one side and come to a comfortable seated position facing me on your mat. The eyes closed. And you end every practice sitting in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you. So traditionally after each class, we say Namaste, which means the light within me recognizes the light within you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Katie. How you doing? This is Jazz again, oldfashionedhealth.com. Katie definitely put me through the works with a nice, smooth yoga session. It feels very good. It feels great. I need to get her card. I need to take a class. So Katie, speaking of classes, where can they find your website? Or where can they get in contact with you?
Sure. My website is www.katieconroyyoga.com with one Y. On there they can they'll find my phone number, my email address. Okay. There's also a page called Contact Me. They can just fill out their personal information with any inquiries, and I'll get back to them. But phone, email, or the contact page on my website. So it's www.katieconroyyoga.com.
One Y. Thank you so much for having the time to come interview with oldfashionedhealth.com.
Thank you.
Again, of course, anytime. This is Jazz, oldfashionedhealth.com. Always keep watching physical, mental, and nutritional health. That's what we're about. oldfashionedhealth.com. Until next time.